Hello everyone and welcome to Glacier TV. I'm Randolph Chinnett. I'm stepping in for a race, and this is the Trick or Treat Challenge 250 at Daytona night. We have, I believe, how many cars do we have? Trying to do a count. We have 34 cars tonight, I do believe. So it should be a good race. No, we have 34 cars, excuse me, I miscounted. Time doing this, so trying to get the bugs out. So, drivers are out on their off lap, and I'll take us through the field right quick. Starting in first, with a time of 46.786, we have Bill Brown, and outside of him we have Kenan Miller. In third, we have Luke Crutchfield. Fourth, David Comstock. Fifth, Rory Lee Rolton. Sixth, William Roberts. Seventh, Chris Ostrander. Eighth, Avery McDonald. Ninth, Ben Hoer. 10th, John Schilling. 11th, Christopher Berry. 12th, John Ward. 13th, Dalton Baldwin. 14th, Ryan Manning. 15th, Kevin Shedinsky. 16th, Tyler Pop. 17th, Patrick Davis. 18th, Christopher Pike. 19th, Robert Hendershot. 20th, John Starr. 21st, Matt Otempe. 22nd, Joseph Cervone. 23rd, Will Roberts. And 24th, Charles Lemaire are the drivers that submitted times. The drivers that didn't submit times are Greg Hook, Ergiano Pinheiro, Mark Arthur, Brandon Chaburko, Tim Hammond, Neil Stickis, and Brendan Mercer. So right now the drivers are coming off of 4 on the pace lap, getting ready to take the green flag. They're coming down. Bill Brown has the field, and they are green. So they're coming down into turn 1, trying to find their drafting partners, trying to get up to speed. It'll take them about a lap and a half to actually get pace. Coming through turn 1, looks like a lot of people are dipping into the inside line. Although the 15 and the 20 car are outside, running that outside line, it looks like they're starting to get themselves an advantage. So here they come to turn 3 and 4 for the first time. First 4 or 5 cars are all single file, and then after about the 6th place car back, it's double file. Coming through the trial for the first time, we have the 15 car of Kenan Miller leading the first lap, with a 20 car of David Comstock close behind, pushing him forward. Looks like we had a disconnect with Matt Botempe. I'll see if we can figure out what happened there. Not really sure what happened. He just pulled off and then disconnected. I don't know if he had problems or, but it didn't seem that anything really happened. So back up to the front. Still pretty much the same story. Still the first 4 cars are all single file, and then it started about 5th place. It's starting to go 2 by 2. Got the 15 of Kenan Miller leading still. The 20 car of David Comstock pushing him. The 19 and the 17 are starting, or the 19 and the 17 are starting to push forward on the outside. They're door to door with their competitors on the inside now, trying to fight their way to the lead and get down to the inside in front of the 15 and the 20. So this is what the racing at Daytona is known for, and we might, things were getting pretty shaky there through the tri-oval. One car came up on one of the upper lines, And someone's thinking about making it 3 wide back there. So they thought better of. 17 and 19 are dropping back. Looks like the 40 and the 73 are going to take up the second and third position. They might be able to get a run and swing bar on the outside. So they actually have sort of a 3 car, or they did for a second. The 7 car was pushing the 73. So there's about 19 cars running at the moment. Might have had a couple early dropouts. Hasn't been any wreck. '40 and the 17 cars starting to push up on the outside. That's Bill Brown pushing, and Rory wrote in on the outside, but the 17 car just dipped inside of him. So either the 17 is getting hot, or he's just one to word with Rory. Rory dips back in line though. Up in front though, it's the first 5 cars still all single file, just letting the laps count down. It's a long race, 100 laps, so everyone's just trying to make it to the end. Fuel is probably going to be the big difference maker towards the end, but it's like the 73 and the 7 are thinking about starting an outside line. They're in the 3rd and 4th spot right now. 15 and 20 are still leading like they've been since the green flag. Looks like in the middle of the field we're going to have the 16, the 13, and the 48 going 3 wide. I think the 48 just kind of got hung out to dry there. Up ahead, looks like the 73 and the 7 have a run on the 15 and the 20. See if they have enough pace to actually get it done, or if they're just going to stay side by side until something happens. All 19 cars are still 2 by 2 by 2, with a little bit of 3 wide action towards the middle, but after that it's pretty much 2 by 2. Oh, we got someone in the wall under the spin. Caution is out. See what happened there. Sounded like someone just got in the wall, but see if you can figure out what happened. So, who got in who? Say the 22 bumped the 7 into the wall, trying to come up the middle line. Then after that, the 7 did nothing he could do. With that, we bring out our first caution. Not sure how many cars were involved there. It looked like 4, maybe 5. Pits right now. I don't know if the 7 fits. Be interesting to see who comes in and who takes gas and who doesn't this early in the race on about lap 9. Think about to start lap 10, and it looks like everybody's going to come down. Looks like majority of the field is choosing to pit right now, which is probably a good decision. Although some of the top 4 did choose to stay out, so maybe they have better fuel numbers than everyone else, or maybe they just want to keep their track position. That'll be the next thing we need to watch, is whether the next 4 come in their next time around for the pit, or if they're just going to stay out. If they choose to stay out, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens if the race stays green. Because they may have to do an additional pit stop to everybody else. So after the Iraq, we've had, I believe, 4 people disconnect from the server. So I think 4 people called it quits, and the 5th one stayed, getting repaired right now. So I believe this lap should be the last lap of the caution. We'll see when the lights go out on the pace car here in just a moment. And lights are still on, so it looks like they have another one. Right now we're following Bill Brown at the moment. He's running 3rd. Wood up there trying to push the leader. Or excuse me, push past the leader with, can't remember who he was pushing, but I think he did as well. So we're currently on lap 11. 9 laps in with the first wreck, which is fairly common in these super speedway races. They'll generally be something pretty early on. But now the story of the race is going to shift to pit stop strategy and what these leaders choose to do. These top 4 cars, with everyone behind them choosing to pit for the most part. So this will be the last lap of single file, at least it should be. The next lap they should double up, and then that'll be when they go green. Let's see if anyone's made any big moves so far since the start. Doesn't really look like much is really shipping up in the field. So lights are out on the pace car. So they're currently doubling up, double file. And this is when they're going to get green flag again. This lap. One car is currently coming out of the pits and going around. In turn 2 right now you can see him. So if they stay green long enough, I'm curious to see what exactly the strategy is going to play out at. If the top four cars have their fuel mileage figured out well enough, they could end up just only having to do just a normal pit stop to make it all the way into Q2. But I'm not exactly sure on the fuel mileage. That's not a shot in the dark. So here we are going into turn 3 for the last time around in this caution flag, and we should be seeing we'll be seeing the dark flag. So I'm out of 3 into turn 4, and on this green flag, we'll see if the 15 and the 20 keep leading this race like they have been the entire time. Pace car comes in, and Ken and Miller and the 15 cars in charge of the field, and the green flag is out. Looks like the 15 and the 20 may not be such close friends after all, as the 17 choosing to push Ken and Miller. That's Bill Brown in the 17 car. He was our pole sitter, actually. Here again, we see the same thing. First 5 cars are all single file, and then after that, pretty much all double file. 20 car chooses to step out. 69 car looked like he was going to do the same, but he left it out to drive. So now the 20 car is kind of in an awkward situation. They might be going 3 wide. Oh, we got another spin in turn 3. Not sure what happened that time. That's a pretty big wreck. Looks good. See, let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Looked like one car just got hung out to dry in the draft. The 2 cars behind him were pushing one another and just didn't have anywhere to go. It looks like the 00 just got loose. Looks like the 07 Brennan Mercer lifted. The 00 William Roberts was pushing. Had to get off the gas. I think the 00 was expecting when he lost the car. Got down in a couple of those. So, quite a few cars involved in that one. I think there's 3, 4, maybe 5. Brings us to another few laps. Caution. Hopefully this doesn't keep up. We don't lose most cars for 15 laps of race. 85 laps, 8 cars on the track. So let's see what the leader decided to do this time. I'll probably just stay out. There's no real point to it, especially since they chose to stay out the last time. So 2 cautioned in, I believe that was 13 or 14 laps. He's a little bit above that. Although we did lose one of our front runners in the 20 car of David Comstock. Like I said, with that caution, it just looked like he went to make a line on the outside, but didn't get any help. People behind him couldn't or didn't really have much else to do. Looks like the car behind was pushing, just didn't lift. lost the car and got in the wall. Our 15 car of Ken Miller still leads with the 69 car. With the 69 of Tim Hammond still running. Second. Tim Hammond has actually made quite a freaking race out of it. He started in 30. So, I believe we're getting someone else here to commentate with me.
Hello.
Hello?
It's good to be here. Never. I was planning on running the race, but I missed the sign in because I got the server time mixed up in my head. But hey, I'm here now, so race seems to be a few cautions so far, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's already been 2 wrecks. One, I think someone just lost control, and the other one, someone got hung out to dry, and the cars behind really didn't have anywhere to go. So, kind of unfortunate. Didn't really have too large of a field, but hopefully the next 80 laps or so should be much more entertaining and less caution filled. Food for thought on the first caution, the top 4 cars, well now top 3 cars did not pit, so while everyone else behind did. So fuel strategy will be interesting here later on in the race.
Yes, fuel strategy can always be interesting in these races because obviously with the draft you obviously have to come in with other cars or you're going to get left out to dry.
Yeah, it's always the best thing to do is sit with whoever's pushing with you. Otherwise, even if he pits shortly after, you're going to have a couple laps of you going 20 to 30 miles an hour slower than everybody else. And that's just never good. Then, like I was saying before, the 69 car who's currently running second started in 30th place, so he's made quite a run through the field so far.
So it appears the lights are off on the pace car and we should be getting a green flag in one lap.
Yeah, we'll be going back to green and hopefully not back to yellow shortly thereafter. As the attrition rate here at Daytona is already proven to be quite high as always. Hope these guys coming up fast, coming off of turn 4 can get there safely. I've seen people overcooking, running in the cars, getting ready to take the green flag. And it looks pretty good from here. So. So here in a few short moments, pace car will go down pit road, and we'll be seeing if our 15 car can still keep leading like he has done since the drop of the green flag.
Yep, as we go through the turns 3 and 4, it appears that there are 19 cars still left on the lead lap, and so we're gonna go green at Daytona once again.
Indeed. Alright, pace car is in, so the 15's in charge of the field, and the green flag is back out. Like the 69 and the 20 are choosing to stay hard on the outside.
Yes, already you can see the cars beginning to form up into pairs of two at the front.
The 18 and the 15 and the 69 and the 20 seem like the obvious pairs right now. It's interesting that the 20 and the 69 are running the outside. The last couple starts, the inside just went right back down to the bottom pretty quickly.
Looks as if the 69 got a little separated from his partner there, and they're dropping back. That just goes to show how quickly you can lose your momentum at a restrictor place like this.
Looked like the 20 car got a little tighter, a little loose, and just wiggled up towards the wall. The 07 steps out to try to help out that outside line as well. Doesn't look like that outside line is able to keep up their momentum very well. They keep it getting shuffled farther and farther back. So here we are on lap 20, and the 15 car still leads. He's led all 20 laps so far. The outside line is starting to build up a little bit more momentum, right the way back forward. It looks like the 18 and 15 are starting to separate themselves. Kind of interesting. So far, no one seems to want to push anybody. Everyone just wants to stay in the back. Normally, you'll see a couple pairs of cars of people that decide to push one another and they'll separate themselves. That doesn't seem to be happening.
Yeah, it appears that that after these first few cautions, the remaining drivers just seem to want to take it easy and ride for a good deal of this first part of the race.
Certainly seems to be the case. I think most of the drivers in those 2 or 3 leading cars didn't hit, so maybe accounting for that as well, knowing that there's no real reason to push your way straight to the front.
Well, the big thing is in the current state of the drafting, you can push your way out in front, but as soon as you have to switch after a lap or two, you're just going to fall right back into the pack. So, not much point in pushing too hard early on.
Indeed, indeed. The outside line is still just, seems like they seem to fight their way back forward a little bit, and then after about a lap, it seems they just lose their momentum all over again. Although it looks like the 69 is giving the 07 a good push down the back straightaway. And we have a stopped car on the apron. I don't know what that's about. They are starting to come up on the black traffic. So it looks like the 7 cars jump right out of the way, which is smart.
It appears the top 6 or top 7 make that are just content to ride around double file, and the rest are falling in behind, just keeping in the draft.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's just kind of waiting to see if there's going to be another wreck or not. I have a feeling here in about probably 10, 15 laps or so, we'll start seeing some more definite decisions get made as we see people start hitting, seeing wrecks, things like that. Hopefully, as we see the strategy start to unfold. Try to figure out what happened to that car sitting on the apron. Mark Arthur, 81. Looks like he just blew up and coasted his way around.
It appears
Actually, it looked like there was a spin that didn't bring out a caution. Actually.
Yeah, it seems like he might have just spun not really near anybody, no caution came out. As I was trying to say, it appears that there's only 1 or 2 pairs of cars that really seem interested in going anywhere at this point. The rest are sort of just all falling in the pack.
Yeah, it looks like right now, everyone who we're watching up this main pack, everyone's being fairly mature and knows that the 250-mile race, there's no need to just jump out, push their way straight to the front. Especially on a track like this, the way caution can be, you can get a pretty big lead, and then someone bumps someone, and now that big lead is gone. Although it looks like the outside line is starting to make a push.
Yes, it seems that the 69 and the 07 have been trying to get the outside line to go somewhere, but they keep having to disconnect, whether that's because the 69's overheating or whatever's happening. It seems that every time they get up to about even with the leaders, they drop back.
Yeah, that's sort of the problem with pack racing like this. You want to push someone, but you start getting hot, there's not much you can do. They're cooling off or backing off and backing off.
Oh, and
looks
now
like
we have
spin down the back straightaway. There's
yes,
5, maybe 6 cars involved there.
Yes, I can see the 69. I think the 70, 14. I think I think somehow the 14 got hooked. We'll have to see the replay.
Yeah, figuring that right now.
It appears it was just a combination of the 14 drifting up just a couple of feet and the 07 coming down a few feet and just shot them both up the track and into the 69, and then all chaos sort of ensued at that point.
Something so little like that on these high speedways, super speedways. Just destroy someone's race.
So it appears the 07 is still running after that. These 73, it seems like most of them have kept on and continued. We'll have to see how much damage they have.
Yeah, they may realize that the field at this point is actually fairly small, so if they just ride it out, they may be able to finish rather well. After all, it's not a points race or anything like that. It's more of a just a one-race show and see who can get the bragging right.
It appears the 14 is still sitting in his pit box getting repairs, but other than that, I believe everybody else is at least trying to continue.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who did or didn't get the worst end of that wreck there. It looks like most everyone's still rolling. But they could be on pit road repairing for quite some time. So, 3 laps in, and this will be our third caution, I believe. About 30 laps.
It appears right now we've got the 73, the 14, the 13, and the 70, and the 69 on pit road for extended repairs.
Certainly looks that way. Any repairs like that at a track like this just hurt you. The slightest amount of body damage just hurt your top speed. 13 looks like he's going to get out of that first. This car actually does look fairly clean. So just coming through the trial, we'll should have another 2 laps of caution, I believe. It does look like our leader, Ken Miller, decided to actually pit. So. I believe he's back in 4th spot now. Be interesting to see if he can work his way back forward.
Appears the 14 has gone a lap down due to his repairs, but I cannot tell if the 69 went a lap down. I have to check that.
I'll check that right now. Actually, he's coming, yeah, he just came back down pit road, so I think he's able to keep his lap.
Yes, it appears he has not lost a lap yet, and he's getting more repairs now.
Yeah, and this is going to be the frustrating thing, is that there's going to be so many times where he just has to jump in the pits and get a short stint of repairs. And then he'll have to, obviously leave the pits and stay in front of the pace car and get another 20 to 30 seconds of repairs. And that's where the frustrating thing of oval racing and super speedway racing comes in. That battle of staying in front of the pace car.
Appears the 70 and the 73 are also playing the same game with the pace car. Which the pace car is now coming into the tri-oval at this moment, so
Yep,
you'll
so
have to
they'll
make it quick and get out on the track.
Then after this, they're not going to want to do it again because this should be their last lap of caution. Although it seems like 2 cars from the pack seem to come down pit road just now as well. I don't know if they're trying to just save that lap for fuel, or if they're, I don't know, are they going to have another lap of yellow, aren't they?
Yep, the 14 and 7 have also exited the pits, but they are now 1 lap down. And the 70, 73, and 69 have all exited the pits ahead of the pace car and will be on the lead lap. We'll have to see how their damage affects them, though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, because they're gonna have to get a tandem draft going to even just keep up with the pack, depending on their damage. So we might see them, possibly being more aggressive than everybody else. But then again, they could also be more patient, considering the way that wrecks have unfolded so frequently so far.
Yeah, there's an even number of cars that are currently pacing, so the ones who catch the pack will have to figure something out on their own. There won't be any stray cars out of a drafting partner.
Mm-hmm. So come down at the end of the super stretch for the last time, getting ready to take the green flag again. 2 laps to go. 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 2 laps Coming into the high banking of turn number 3.
Yep, as we come to get the flag, we have 17 cars still in the race, 15 on the lead lap, 2 1 lap down, but they will have to just bide their time and try and see if they can catch a break.
Indeed, and on a track like this, anything can happen. You can catch a break at any point in time. So coming into the first short stretch of the tri-oval, we're about to see the pace car dip down into pit road, at which point the 18 car of Dalton Baldwin control the field. And the green flag is out, and we're back to racing. But the 20 car decided to dip back down to the inside really quick. Actually made it kind of close with the 92 car there. And it looks like we're going to see the top 3, or excuse me, the top 5 cars stretch it out a bit over the rest of the field. At the moment, it looks like the 12 and the 18 are keen to work together, as well as the 15 and the 17. So we may see these two Group 2 just stretch it out over the rest of the field. Everyone else is actually pretty strung out at the moment.
Yeah, it looks as if the 17 and 15 have taken up the task of trying to bring the outside line forward, but now it seems like the 17 is dropping back, whether that's for trying to just fall in line or find a teammate. I'm not certain.
Yeah, there are some teammates in this race. Some of them signed up as teams, so they may actually be teammates and work together. And right now we're seeing the 12 and the 18 just completely, they've got a 5 or 6 car length lead ahead of the 15 car. So that'll be interesting to see. Right now, 15 and the 20 need to start working together right now, otherwise it's going to be all in the hands of the 18 and 12. Because we've just crossed the 1/3 of the race mark, lap 33. Just started lap 34.
Looks as if the 12 and 15 are, or 12 and 18 rather, sorry, are trying to stretch it out and see if they can break contact with the rest of the pack and maybe just run away. But we'll see how that works, because it seems even now the rest of the field is catching them.
It looks like the 20 and the 15 are working together. It looks like the 18 and 12 need to switch, as they did going into turn 3, and they're already back paired up. I'm not sure what
that
the
was
07
that was a beautiful switch there.
Yeah, I was going. 07 was actually pushing the 17 for a short time. They were making head ground. I don't know if they needed to switch or what. They're back working together now. The 15 and the 20 have caught up since they switched. But then again, we'll see how much they actually gain when they actually do their switch. Right now, the 18 and 12 seem like they're the best combo on track in terms of working together and just comfortability with each other.
Looks as if none of the cars involved in that last wreck, are still contending. They've all dropped back out of the draft, but seems as if they might have a chance, but they're all got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they'll probably be going a lap down here, a few laps. So I think they're basically just playing the attrition game and hoping cars in front of them maybe get caught up in some trouble and maybe aren't quite intelligent themselves. The 18 and the 12 are switching again. It looks like the 15 might shut the door on the 12 car. It looks like the 18 is going to go up in front of him. At the 15 and the 20, it looks like they're keen to actually take the lead here. They have a good run going down on the inside. And Ken Miller, the 5th car, who's been leading the entire race,
as if the 15 and 20 are making the inside work, and they've pushed each other, and now they separate for a bit. And the 07 and 17 have, even though they haven't been nose to tail, they're still hanging with this top 4 cars in front of them.
Yeah, it just seems like the 15 saw the 2 ahead of him going for the switch, and he just knew he could shut the door on one of them, and if he did that, it would basically grant him either a position or get him and his partner to the inside. And it's worked out perfectly. Looks like they're starting to come up on the 73 car. It'll be interesting to see. He's probably just going to go high and let him buzz right past.
Of these top 6, I'm not sure how many have pitted on that last caution, because otherwise we might be starting to approach some green flag stops, so I'd assume they've all pitted.
Yeah, I think everyone's pit one so far. The 15 I know the 15 pit on the second caution. There were about 4 cars that didn't pit on the first caution and pit on the second. Then I think everyone came out of the service. So coming down the superstretch, we've gone from the 2 wide action we were seeing to everyone's gone strung out. Looks like the 20 car is trying to get himself some air and cool down a bit rather than just push the 15 straight ahead.
Yeah, but it seems like the 12 and 18 are content to just stick behind, unlike the 20 and 16, or 20 and 15 rather, who wanted to get to the lead, but the others all seem to be content to just run in line.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be the way the game's playing out right now. Although there is another pack of cars directly behind the 17 that's actually catching up. So this just turned into an 8-car race from the looks of it. And the way they've been making ground, they actually maybe decided to be a little bit more aggressive and may actually try to form an outside line. It looks like that's happening.
Yeah, it appears the 39 and 98, I saw them way back. I thought they were lost the draft. I was about to include them in that list of cars who was seemingly out of it. And it looks as if they just were behind on the restart, and they're just now catching up through a lot of nose-to-tail drafting.
Yeah, they're about to be fighting the lead here in another half lap if they keep going this pace. It'll be interesting to see how these cars up ahead makes this all work out. It's hard. One's up top and one is down low. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to squeeze it 4 wide here. 78 needs to be careful.
39 just had to lose his partner there because of a lapped car.
Indeed. So there has been a change of lead. The 98 car is currently leading. I actually think he thought his teammate was still up top because he just gave the 15 car the whole line, pulling himself out to dry.
Yeah, those last lap cars sort of broke up this front pack a bit. We'll have to see if the 07 and 17 can catch back up. Actually, yes, it appears everyone's going to come right back together.
Yeah, everyone's probably about between these top 8, they're probably about a second, so it's all pretty close right now. Say the 39 and the 98 are getting back hooked up together, and along with the 07.
Yep, that time by the line, 8/10 separated the top 8, and it's getting even closer as we speak.
Yeah, the 39 and the 98 are wanting to make their run on the outside work again. It looks like the 07 and the 17 want to do that as well. Oh, the 17 may have gone back a little bit too much. He may have lost some of that draft 07 was given. But currently, from what we've watched, it seems like the 39 and the 98 are the only ones that want to push one another. Everyone else we've seen pretty much been sitting off each other's bumpers rather than get too racy here.
But as
69 chooses to
they go
get
by another
offline
lapped
there.
car.
Yeah, I was worried because he was riding that the corner there, the apron. I was scared if he was going to maybe Kevin LePage, the leaders here, and just turn up on a racing surface right in front of everybody. But it seems he took notice where everyone was. The 17 car has dropped back quite a few car lengths so far. He needs to get backwards to 07 if he wants to keep moving forward.
Yeah, it appears the 17 is in danger of losing the draft here.
Yeah, he kind of got hung out after they had that first experience with a couple lap cars and everyone got strung out. I think he got the worst of it. They go past another lap car.
Looks like he's going to catch the draft, though. He's not going to lose it.
It looks like he just got a big push of momentum. It seems like he wants to open up an outside line, but whether or not he'll have help is a big question.
Meanwhile, it appears the 98 and 39 are at it again, trying to get to lead around the outside.
Yeah, they want the lead pretty bad. I get the impression. It seems like they're not so content with riding around the inside, just on the yellow line, just single file. It seems like they want to make a race out of it. The 98 does have a fender this time by turn 3 and 4, but looks like the 39 may be running a little bit hot. The 17 car actually has made it back forward. I didn't notice that until just now. He's pushed his way up into the top 5 here, up 2-3 extra positions from when he was, like we were talking just a few minutes ago, talking how he lost the draft. So he found some way to work his way forward.
Yeah, the pack is closed up. They're 2x2 for most of the front pack now.
Here we are riding along the 18 car.
The 39 and 98 are making a switch on the outside. A difficult situation when you've got someone on the inside to make a successful switch, but looks like they pull it off just fine.
Yeah, they could have gotten really, really scary there, but looks like they were able to do it quite well.
And they're pushing back around the outside again.
Yeah, it seems like they might be the two most comfortable together. We were talking about the 15 and 20 there for a while. It seems like the 39 and the 98 have worked together more often than these other guys.
And it definitely appears, in addition to that they're faster with the 98 pushing and the 39 leading.
Certainly seems that way. So here we are on lap 49. We're just under halfway. And we should, if my math is right, we should be seeing pit stops fairly soon. Assuming it stays green.
Yes, they last pitted on lap 30. If they pitted on that last caution, that was lap 30. So it should be a few more laps before they have to pit.
Yeah, now that'll be when things get really interesting. If the 39 and the 98 do another switch again on the outside. A lot of people aren't brave enough to do that. That's why we see these big packs form up, because people don't want to switch, so they sit off people's bumpers, turning into basically a big 200-mile-per-hour traffic jam. Although it seems like they're pretty comfortable with doing it. Do it. I'm going to assume the 39 and the 98 are.
Yes, but you can see even with them switching and pushing very hard, the pack is still keeping up with them. So it just goes to show you can't really make too much headway. You can push out for a moment, but then it then swallows you back up as soon as you have to switch.
Yeah, the 20 and the 15 are also doing a good job. They're not pushing as hard, but they haven't done any switching. Oh, and
Oh,
the
as
20
the
gets on the
20's
apron.
down on the grass.
So he's able to hold on to it, but it'll be interesting to see how much ground he loses. As 39 and the 98 are going to surely take the lead here. So it'll be interesting to see what the 15 does. Does he try to get hooked back up with the 20 car, or does he maybe work with someone else? It looks like he's going to take a high line, so it looks like he wants to work with the 20. So
Yeah,
we might
we'll
be
have
actually seeing a battle of teammates here with the 15 and the 20 being teammates, 98 and 39.
We'll have to see how that works out. Yes, the 12 and the 18 are pushing to make sure the 39 and 98 don't just run away with it after that little break in momentum.
Yeah, the 15's dropped back to run with the 20, so I think it's pretty safe to say the 15 and the 20 are teammates, and the 39 and the 98 are teammates as well.
Yes, and they're already back on the outside, working the outside line again, trying to get back to the front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this combination here in front of Greg Hook and Brandon Chuberko are able to stretch their lead out. At the 15 and the 20, like you said, are fighting their way back forward. Looks like Kellen Miller and David Comstock on the outside actually have a bit of a run come down the back straightaway. So even though just 2 laps ago they weren't hooked up and the 15 was actually dropping back to get with them, they pushed their way right back to the front. So I'd say in this pack from what we're seeing right now, the 98 and the 39 and the 15 and the 20 are definitely the least patient of the 8. 15 is getting really close to that wall. Probably trying to get there.
As we want this, this entire lead pack is routinely turning laps underneath 45 seconds.
Oh yeah, the draft takes probably 4 or 5 seconds off per lap, as opposed to just down a hot lap by yourself.
While we've got other cars, there's one other pair running out on its own. The 29 and 92 are turning mid 45s in a pair, so that just goes to show even a pair pushing pretty hard is not going to keep up with even a loosely arranged pack.
Were those two actually involved in that wreck, the 29 and the 92?
Not the most recent wreck.
Alright, so it'll be interesting to actually see what happens then if they're able, like if they're keen to work together. I mean, there could actually end up being another caution. So if they're keen to work together, they could actually maybe find a way to work their way back forward.
We also have the 13 and the 19 working together, but it appears that they have fallen back quite a bit as well. They are 30 seconds behind the leader, probably going to be even more.
I think they were actually involved in that second wreck that happened. I know we were watching the 13 car and talking about their game at the Daytona.
Pack is 2x2 once again, and they're coming up on the lapped car of number 69.
Yep, it looks like the 69
for another time, but he does a good job and gets himself down onto the apron.
Actually, out of all this, what I'm keen to watch is the 17 car work his way back up. So we were talking about it earlier where he lost the draft a little bit, but almost 2 laps later he's fighting for second or third place, so it should be entertaining to watch as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a strong car. He just seems to just be keeping himself within a half second of the pack, and he can catch back up whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, certainly when the field sizes remain all bunched up like that, that's certainly an option to have. You can sit back a little bit. If someone gets turned sideways in front of you, you can react. So currently the 39 and the 98 are still commanding, and 18 and 12 have been running in third and fourth as they have been for probably about the last 20, 30 laps or so. Seems they're just keen on being there. As they all decide to get single file again. So, currently on lap 59, going back down the super stretch, and everyone's still kind of just strung out a little bit. No one's getting really too racy right now. Getting ready to start lap 60, make it 40 laps to go. And we should be seeing green flag pit stops really soon here. In fact, right now, the 39 and the 98 are pulling on pit road. It's like they're listening.
We have the 2 leaders on pit. Whoa, 39 gets
39
very sideways coming down under braking. We'll have to see whether he got down below the speed limit or not. Oh, and he also overshoots his pit stop.
That could go a wrench into the entire race right here. And it looks like he leaves pits at just about the same time as the 98. And they're already almost bumper to bumper anyway, coming out of the pit. So it'll be interesting to see if the 39 has to serve a penalty or not.
Looks like it was very close whether he got down below the speed limit or not.
It looks like the next bunch of 3 cars is coming down. I'm surprised it's not 4. The 17, the 18, and the 12 are all coming down. So perhaps the 07 and 17 are teammates like we previously thought.
That or they're teammates by necessity in this race.
Oh yeah. They definitely know they need to work together here.
Because it appears that everyone else has paired off with each other, so it seems the 07 and 17 are definitely going to have to work together.
Yeah, and here comes 15 and the 20. So in 3 laps, we've had 3 different groups of 2 pits. So interesting to see which of these 3 slightly different strategies worked out the best. So it seems like no black flag was issued to I believe the 39 car, who we were thinking may have gone on the pit road a little bit too fast.
It appears that the
there was
cars...
we have a wreck in turn 1.
We have a wreck.
A big wreck in turn 1. We have the 19 car on his roof. There's at least 1 car upside down there, possibly 2.
Looks like the 07, 13, 19, 17 were all involved in that.
Yeah, I think the 07 saw I think he saw the 18 and the 12 and was giving him the inside. I don't think he saw the 19. So he pulled up to give those 2 guys the inside. He either thought the 19 was going to go inside or just didn't see him. He pulled up right into it.
13 had a had a somewhat hard hit, but he might not have. He might be able to continue, but the 19 and the 07 look like they're gonna be done.
Actually, the 98 got hit as well. He hit the 07 and he spun. So that's 4 of our leaders that just got taken out there.
Looks like the 17's also gonna be out, and
Yeah.
and 98 I'm not sure about. No, I think the 98 was okay. Yeah, definitely not a very prudent move to pull out right in front of the leaders. Definitely a situation where you want to stay on the apron.
So
It
that
looks
leaves
like
us with our. See, what groups are still running? The 18 and the 12, I think it is, and then the 15 and the 20 are basically our of the top 8 we had. There's only 4 left.
it appears the 17 has retired, as has earlier before this wreck, the 70, 73, and 14. No, not 73. Sorry. 14, 7, and 70 have retired from their damages earlier in the race, and it appears that we're going to have a few more drivers who cannot continue after this most recent wreck.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the 29 and the 92 are able to put together. We were talking about them a little bit earlier, and how they were kind of one of the tandems towards the back of the field, but with this caution kind of bunching everybody back up. If they're still keen on working with one another, they might be able to push their way forward pretty good.
And now it looks as if the 13 has also called it quits, and he's retired as well.
Yeah, that was a really bad situation there. How the 07 just Kevin LePage the field there. And for those of you that don't know that reference, I can't remember what year it was, but an actual driver did something similar to what the 07 did, only he pulled into a 28 car pack.
Yeah, I remember seeing that race. I was thinking to myself, oh no, there goes the leaders, and sure enough, pulled out right in front, took out the pack.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we've attritioned our way down to a pretty small field here so far. And it'll be interesting to see what happens on. Can they make it the rest of the way on gas from here?
It's
About
very
36 laps
close.
left.
I would think they could.
Maybe it's really, really close. I know the 15 and the 20, I think, are of the cars that are currently out and running. I think they've hit the earliest. So I think
Well,
that the
actually,
15.
I believe it's pretty comfortable. I'm not terribly familiar with fuel mileage
Yeah, I'm
here,
not
but I
either.
believe it's pretty comfortable to make it from here.
Yeah, it's close though. It's really close. Because I know I think in real life sprint, I think it's about 40, 50 laps, maybe even a little bit, probably less than that. So but it will be interesting to see as the 15 and the 20 did hit 2 or 3 laps before that caution. Whereas I think the 18 and the 12 got gas, and I know the 92 and the 29, who were working together earlier, got gas as well. And of course, it'll be interesting to see how Greg Hook and Brandon Burko, who are the 98 and 39, how much they got out of that wreck. Because they're still out right now. They're running. Maybe they got lucky and maybe just got a little bit, not as much aero damage as possibly originally thought.
Yeah, it appears right now on track after coming to finish 65 laps. We have the 20 of David Comstock. We have the 15 of Kenan Miller. The 92 of Robert Hendershot. The 18 of Dalton Baldwin. The 12 of Kevin Trosinski. And the 29 of Joseph Servo. Also still running are the 98, the 39, and the 73 and the 69 are all still running.
Indeed they are. As we see, the lights are off on the pace car, which means they'll be going green, hopefully for the last time this next time around here. Honestly, if we get too many more cautions, there won't be anybody to watch. Looks like the 92 decided to stop in and get some fuel action.
It looks as if the 92 and 73 have come in, whether for fuel or repairs. I believe the 73 was involved in that last caution before this one, so he probably came in to get a few repairs, but I believe everybody should be good to go from this caution. I don't know if the people who pitted under green can make it, but I believe they can, otherwise they most likely would have pitted.
Yeah, either they think that they either think they can make it, or they think everyone else has to pit again anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what actually does happen. I'm sure these guys, some of them being teammates, you can tell by the way they're racing, and they probably have the last you can go until you're empty calculated out pretty well. So here we come down on the short stretch, where we're about to see the pace car turn onto pit road, and then the 20 car will be in charge of the field again. And the green flag is out.
Yep, coming to get 34 laps to go. We should see, not quite a shootout, but it's going to be an interesting race from here. See who has damage and who doesn't, and who can actually be competitive.
Yeah, the 39 and 98 are already hooked up. Looks like everyone's pretty much already hooked up with their parts, except with the 15 and the 20. They seem to have gotten separated, the 15 being on the outside, the 20 actually leading the race right now. But the 39 and the 98 actually look like they're not in too bad a shape. They're making a push on the outside up for the lead right now. So they may have gotten pretty lucky in terms of damage there.
Yeah, I think 39 avoided that last wreck, and I think the 98 just got a little tap along the side, so it looks like they're just fine. And we also have someone who wasn't really in contention that last run. The 29 and the 92 seem to be working together. We'll have to see if they can stick with the front guys or if they've got damage or something.
Yeah, actually, the 98 and the 39 have taken a pretty big lead right now, probably about 7 or 8 car lengths. Yeah, actually, pretty interesting. We were kind of discussing them as them being out of it. They shut us up.
Yeah, I think it's their go time. I think they're gonna try and see if they can break out in front and stay, but it looks like they're not going to be able to quite pull it off, as already the 20 and 15 are catching them.
Yeah, the 15 and 20 they got pushed back up, so we'll see. We'll see hopefully shortly whether or not everyone gets bunched back up, or whether it's going to be this 5 cars of 2 here for the rest of this race. Pretty much there's basically a pack of cars and then a few car lengths and another 2-car pack, and back to the same cars. The 98 and the 39 get separated there a little bit. Looks like they're wanting to switch. It's like the 20 and the 15 did their thing again, where they just blocked the inside. So 20 and the 15th lead once again.
Seems as if the 29 and 92 just don't quite have the pace to keep up with the rest, but that's not certain. They could still catch up.
Yeah, they may have noticed that a few of these wrecks have come from towards the front of the pack, so they might actually just sit there and kind of thinking these guys may cause something else.
And the lap cars of the 73 and 69 are hanging on, but it might not be too long before they fall off of the draft. But it actually does appear that the 29 and 92 are right back in touch with the lead pack.
Yeah, they're close enough where they're still getting a little bit of that toe off the 98 car. They should be in pretty comfortable order here. As they come down off the 2 and onto the long back straightaway here at Daytona. For right now, it looks like everyone just kind of wants to keep a green flag for the rest of the race. No one's really making too big a move, although the 29 and the 92 are moving to the outside. So.
Looks as if the 98 just had to check up because he hit his partner, the 39, in the left rear and sort of must have scared him or something because he backed right off right away.
Like the 98 and the 39 might be trying to get something started as they go to the outside as well. Trying to take the 3rd and 4th spot away from the 18 and the 12. As the 15 and the 20 are switching right now, so that actually is that's gonna tighten everyone back up here in a moment.
Looks like this broke the momentum of the 39 and 98. We'll have to 39 just a little bit slidey there through the tri-oval, but everything turned out okay.
That tri-oval can be really slippery when you're pushing and when you're being pushed. Here they are coming into turn 3 with basically back to the same thing we were seeing with the 15 and 20 and then the 39 and the 98. Although it looks like the 39 and the 98 are moving backwards really quick. I don't know what's going on with them. They may actually just have a little bit of damage. It might be keeping their top end down just enough that they can't really make anything really happen.
Now we've got the 29 trying to go somewhere on the outside, bringing his partner, the 92, with him.
Yeah, I want to see them really get hooked up together. I want to see if they're able to really push, as the 92 is pushing the 29 down the back straight, but it'll be interesting to see if he decides to stay there for these next few laps, or if he just gaps or leaves the gap going through the corners, which seems like he's doing. And they're coming down, getting ready to take 26 to go.
And I'm not sure if it's just me, but I think the lapped cars of the 73 and 69 might even be closing on this lead pack slightly.
Yeah, they're hanging in there. They might be hooked up a little bit more, but I think they were involved much more directly than anyone else in this pack right now was. So even if they catch up, they're going to have to go around 2 or 3 different times for it to really matter for position.
And as we come to get lap 76, we are 3/4 of the way done through this race, and we have pretty much 8 cars still in contention.
8 cars, all about within a second of one another.
Yep, we've got Kenan Miller and David Comstock working together for the lead, but then we've also got the 18 of Baldwin and the 12 of Trzynski, who are... we haven't really talked about them that much.
Yeah, they haven't really been very exciting, maybe to say. They've kind of just been sitting there biding their time, where everyone around them was getting, doing switches on the outside and making pushes on the outside. So I think they're just sitting there, remaining calm and maybe trying to work the gas mileage a little bit.
Looks like 39 and 98 have a run again, but they're going to have to check up because they are boxed in.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. The 29 and the 92, like I said, they just don't seem to be very comfortable pushing each other all the way around the track. Seems like they only push one another going down the straight.
But they may be just saving it a bit for later on, but who knows.
And who knows, they could be doing just about anything. They could be maybe thinking gas is close. They'd be doing a lot of things. They dip down back to the inside and get a line. Or maybe not. Looks like they actually have a run on the outside, though. Yeah, they got a pretty good run. They made up quite a few car lengths. They were going into turn 1. They were actually back behind the 98 and 39, and then after coming down the backstretch, we've gotten in alongside the 18 and the 12.
Yeah, but whenever they get a run, it seems that either they're choosing not to, or they just don't quite have the ability to stay glued together all the way through the corners. But neither is anybody else, so they might just be biding their time for now.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Looks like the 98 and the 39 are just bullying their way right up through the middle there. They're still glued together. They're going for this lead, it seems.
It seems they may have lost their patience, or maybe their fuel got a little bit more comfortable and they think they can make it, but they've gone from running about 5th
They
and
could be
6th
even
to
just testing out how it might work for later in the race too. They're still glued together, but the 20 and 15 have gotten together in response, trying to hold them off. But it looks like they're gonna lead this lap. If they pull off the complete pass, I don't know, but yeah, it looks like they're going to make it.
It'll be interesting to see if the 39 can edge his way in. And it looks like they just came from about 5th or 6th up to 1st.
Yep, that was a really powerful move by the 38 and 98, 39 and 98, excuse me.
The only thing that's going to be interesting to see is how the temperature of the 39 car is. Because if he's hot, he might be in pretty bad trouble there. He hasn't got any real way to cool off without leaving himself out without the draft.
Yeah, if he ever needs to push again, he's not going to have much. I mean, he won't blow up if he maintains a decent gap, but if he ever has to push again, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yep. Right now we got 18 laps to go, and still the same 8 cars. The 29 and the 90 look like they might be wanting to push it on the outside still, but like you were saying, it's like either they don't have the ability or they're just choosing not to push it. The 18 and 12 are still just sitting there biding their time. I don't think I've actually seen the 18 and the 12. I don't think I've seen them push each other at all. I think they've just kind of cruising. So it looks like we're going to go on board with the 92 here.
Yeah, it looks like they just they can push each other down the backstretch, but it looks like they're definitely trying to get their way to the lead.
Yeah, they're working on it. They just have to. If the 92 can keep locked to the 29 bumper going through the corners, they'll actually probably get themselves up going pretty good up towards the front. Because right now it just seems like going through the corners, they just leave a gap and then they lose all sorts of space. But then they hit that long back straightaway and they push one another, and then they'll work their way up 2 or 3 or 4 car lengths, and then give it away through the corners again.
Yeah, it looks like they're just not quite keeping themselves sealed off on the straights. I think at this point it looks like they're actually trying to make it somewhere, so it might be that they just aren't comfortable enough to do it.
Yeah, we see they're just going to dip right back in line. But right now it's the tail end of that long row of 8 cars. And this is when it gets nerve-wracking, when you're sitting there and you can't really see what's going on ahead of you, especially with cars in front of you like this. And all you can see is what's going on through your competitors' windows, so it looks like they're going to try to make another run up on the outside.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, I mean, they might not be comfortable going for it, but whether you're comfortable or not, when it comes down to it, you might keep yourself nose to tail anyway, and it might work out.
Yeah. So here they are going through the trial. They're about to go across the stripe, which will bring them to 15 to go. And right now they're alongside the 2 that are leading, the 98 and the 39. But again, if they go into the corners, they do that.
39 had a little wiggle there. Sorry.
No problem. Although maybe if they can keep doing this, they might actually be able to just sit and just get right in front of them, right in front of the 98 if they can just keep where they're at fairly consistently. Because they are getting a better run down the straightaways than anybody. I don't know if they're the only ones really pushing, or...
Yeah, it seems that 39 and 98 aren't pushing, but the 39 starts pushing whenever the 92 and 29 get along to ensure they can't clear them.
And right now the 15 is kind of pushing the 29 car, or excuse me, the 39 car right now. So he might actually be trying to get the 39 car hot, just push him up towards the leader there, and just get him, with water temp up, and eventually he'd have to get out of line. I don't know whether that's even feasible.
Yeah, it looks like the 39's still maintaining a gap to the 98 as the 29 and 92 have fallen back, but it looks like the 39's just still biding his time, managing his temperatures. As we now have 13 laps to go, we're starting to get to where you have to start to think about which driver you'd rather have behind at the end, and trying to set it up for that, and for one final dash to the finish.
Yeah, this is when, especially from when that last caution came, I'm sure they're all looking at their fuel gauges, calculating all of that. They're trying to, I think there's probably 2 or 3 sets of teammates here. So the people that don't have any allegiances are kind of looking at who else they would want to be running with.
Now you can see again, just as soon as the 92 and 29 get up to the 39, the 39 goes and pushes the 98, and they are right back in front.
Yeah, they certainly aren't too exciting or too interesting on letting them by at all. It seems like right around the time they get up there to the lead, it looks like the 92 just gets hot. I would assume, because the way he's backing off and ducking his nose into the wind. Right now they just came to 11 to go. That's 27.5 miles left around Daytona. The 12 and the 18 actually aren't working together anymore either. So maybe they're not teammates like we were talking about. Maybe they just happen to get hooked up with each other for a pretty long amount of time.
Or another possibility is that the 12 wants to be completely cooled off when he finally does go to push the 18, so he's keeping himself out until there.
Yeah, that's also true.
They're not really trying to make a move to work with anyone else, but they're not behind each other either.
So they crossed the strike this time. It comes to 10 to go, which is 25 miles left. So we're going to be seeing a 25-mile sprint here, hopefully without any cautions, and hopefully with some good action.
Yep, from here, I mean, once you get down to about 3 to go, it's going to be no turning back. You're just gonna push, but at this point, you're sort of trying to set it up for that last 2.5 or 3 lap sprint. You know, if you're David Comstock or Dalton Baldwin or any of the others, there's definitely a lot of calculating of who's going to be who, and who's pushing, who's leading, and whatnot.
Yeah, right now I think I almost have my money on the 18 and 12, simply because of where they're sitting. They're getting themselves really, really cooled off, getting the they're down as far as possible. And then when it's time to go, I wouldn't be surprised to see them, make a really hard push and maybe try to make it 3 wide or something.
Yep, look for somebody to start pushing with 5 to go, or 5 or 6 to go, because that will directly set up another 3-lap push by the other person.
Yeah, and the thing to note is there is room to go 4 wide here. You can do it. So we may even see a situation where we see, each pair of cars, side by side by side by side. But that's only if they're framed. Which then again, there really isn't anything. Just go for it.
Yeah, right now it seems like the 39 and the 98 are just pushing each other and following. We'll have to see what their strategy is, but it seems that the 15 has been cooling off, and so has the 12, so they might be planning on the 15 and 12 might be planning on being the pushers here at the end.
Yeah, certainly. As the 90, looks like the 92 and the 29 are losing a little bit of ground there. They may be doing kind of like what 12 and 18 were doing, and just getting themselves cool back. Well, it looks like the 92 is starting to push the 29 again, maybe. Oh, no, never mind. I was incorrect.
So we're coming to get 6 to go, and this is when you're going to start to see a lot of people starting to push this lap, because it'll be one switch and then the end.
Yeah, this is going to be when the allegiances start really making themselves start showing themselves and who is working with who. As 15 and the 20 did just take the lead. So what the question is though, is did they maybe do it too early? Although they did just lose their, side or tandem ability there. The 15 got forced up. So it'll be interesting to see if 20 chooses to just sit there and lead, or if he goes back up to be with his teammate. Coming to 5 laps to go this time, he may choose to just lead.
Yeah, at this point you gotta wonder whether any one person's going to stick with a teammate, or if there's not going to be enough time to go find him.
Yeah, right now I think if I'm actually the leading car in the 20 right now, I think I'd probably choose to go to the outside and get hooked up with my teammate. The 8 and the 39 just sitting, right behind. They've been working together all race. I'm sure it was probably they'll wait till the last lap to actually move up and just drive right around. Although it looks like the 15 lost any help on the outside he may have had.
Yeah, it looks like
That may not even be an option.
Yeah, it looks like neither the 29 or the 92 was ready to abandon each other, and they seem to be sticking together. But they're still hanging back. They're probably not gonna try and make a run until they can just do it with one run and not have to switch. And meanwhile,
Yeah,
the
like
98 and 39 have ditched the 20, and looks like he's without a partner. But 15's coming back around the outside, so might see them back together.
Yep, and we do have a lap bar, but he's going straight down to the apron and just letting these guys fight it out. This time they're going to be coming around.
It'll be 3 to go as we come around here, and from here, it's going to be no looking at the temperature gauges, and it's all out to the finish.
Yeah, but just hold down that right pedal and hope for the best. And right now, if I'm the 20 car, I do whatever it's in my power to get hooked back up with the 15. Because if they can get side by side, the 18 and 12 are kind of locked in their position, and it's basically a battle of whether or not they can drag race back to the line.
20 trying to side draft all on his own. He's actually making some ground, and the 15 is drafting up to him, and we've got the 29 and 92 on the outside.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. We have first through 8th all probably about a quarter of a second with one another. 2 rows of 4.
Two to go. We've got the 18 and the 12 back in the mix. We haven't talked about them hardly at all, but they're right there.
Yeah, they really haven't made any exciting moves thus far, and it seems to actually have worked out. They've been up in the top 4 or 5 all race. And I actually wouldn't be surprised if we see the 18 try to push. The 18 and 12 just need to get outside of the 12 goes up there, but he's got no help. And
12 might be cooling down, though. 12 might be cooling down as they come to 1 to go.
Yeah, we're probably going to see at least 3 wide here. Depending on how the 29 and the 92 are feeling, we might even see 4. But they're going to take the white flag to the trial this time. This is 100
16 or 18 gets loose there.
Certainly does.
That might be it for the 18 and the 12. That loose there. But the 29 and 92 are coming down on the inside. Meanwhile, we've got the other 4, the 20, 15, 98, and 39 are going head to head on the front.
Yeah, right now the 20 has the advantage right now going into 3, but the 98 is going to have that inside line.
Oh, and we have a wreck.
Oh, and
we have 2 wrecks.
The 15 and the 98, and the 92 and the 29. So. Kind of an
it looks like David Comstock is going to cruise to the win here after a mayhem.
David it under yellow. In second place, I believe, is who was Brandon the 30, I think. Yeah, the 39 in second.
Looking back at that wreck, it appears the 20 might not have waited for his partner to be clear before coming down a lane. And at the same time, we had the 92 tapping the 29 and getting them involved.
Yeah, I think the 92 just decided to give up on his allegiance with the 29 there and try to make it 3 wide. See if he could maybe, go for a top 5. But it didn't work out.
So it looks like the final results were David Comstock coming home with the win, Brandon Chibirko coming in second, the number 39. The 18 of Dalton Baldwin was in third, and Kevin Trzynski came home fourth in the 12th.
Yeah, right now we have David doing some burnouts on the start-finish line.
And after that, of the drivers who were involved in the wreck in the end, looks like Kenan Miller came home 5th, Greg Hooks came home 6th, Joseph Servon came home 7th in a pretty close race with Greg, and Robert Hendershot, the 92, just looks like he didn't make it back around.
Indeed. Actually, our captureman Darno actually had a good point. Maybe the 15 started that so the 20 could get the win.
But I'm not so quick to say that, because it looked as if the 15 was just trying to follow his partner, the 20, but looks like the 20 just left him out to dry. Whether the 15 came down in frustration on the other cars, or whether he just was trying to make it fit and it didn't stick. Whatever happened, it ended up taking out good 4 cars.
Indeed, it did.
And also finishing the race 2 laps down was Tim Hammond. Forgot to mention him earlier, in 9th place. And after that we had Chris Ostrander in 10th place, and then after that everybody else had retired long before.
Yeah, they were involved in the early wreck. So with that, I believe that does it for us here at Glacier TV with the Trigger Tree Challenge 250 here at Daytona. And I'm Randy Chinnis.
And I'm Dexter Castro, and we'll see you whenever.
Next time.